Hi everyone, I wanted to send a quick update on our worship as we continue through lockdown. A few years ago, on my journey towards ordination, I was in a time of personal prayer on a pilgrimage I was leading of a group of young people to a monastery. And in that moment of personal prayer, I was in one of the monastery's chapel. And as I prayed, I was led to go behind an altar table, and I felt God very powerfully say to me that you would not step behind another altar table until you were either selected and was training for ordination or other things had happened. A few years later, I was back in that same chapel, in that same monastery, having been selected and trained and ordained as a priest. And at that moment, being in that same chapel, I was helping to lead a Eucharist service. Again, another powerful moment. In front of that table was an icon, and it was of Rublev's icon of the Trinity, which you see down here, which I've just picked up, and this is from that monastery. What I was unaware of at the time was this place that I was called to minister many years later would have that very same icon on their altar table, which is the table of St Gabriel's, which is the icon that we put out every Sunday of the Trinity. That icon is not our church one. Our church one is locked away in the Discovery School with the communion table. I know many of you will have been missing communion. This Sunday, on Easter Sunday, would have been a fantastic celebration where we would have gathered around the table together and celebrated the Eucharist. However, in these times, although there is pastoral liturgy for me to say communion on behalf of the people and on behalf of you as a church, and there is at-home communion liturgy available, I've taken the decision, along with the backing of the ministry leadership team, that I am not going to step behind a table again until we can gather together as a community of Christ in one place. Purposefully, for the past few weeks, I have not been going behind the table to lead worship because it has not felt right. Because normally when I go behind a table, it is there to raise the cup and the wine and to lead us and gather us around the table to share God's gifts of bread and wine, reenacting the Last Supper with you all. So, through the worship that you see, I will not go behind the table. I will not celebrate communion on your behalf until we are able to unlock the cupboards in the Discovery School, withdraw the cup and the plate, the chalice and the paten, take out our large icon and put it on the table and celebrate together. I know you will miss this, and so will I, not being able to take and create communion together and have communion together. But that is a powerful decision that I have made, that it will be a new Easter dawn for us as a church, that when we can come back celebrating joyfully together and receive the bread and wine as a community of Christ, gathered together in one place rather than split across the world. If you've got any questions about that, please pick up the phone and give me a call, or drop me an email or a WhatsApp or a text message, and we can have a chat. But I think it's a powerful statement as a church of solidarity, as a priest and as a congregation, that whilst we will be worshipping wherever we are in our homes, that actually when we gather around the table and celebrate the Christ's Last Supper again, we will do it as a gathered community in one place.